our bonus show. If you want to join us and subscribe to Patreon, it helps us keep the show going. It helps us come up with the finances to produce the show. And we do all the bonus content. We talk a lot of strategy over there, and we continue this week's bonus show talking about being righteous, spotting liars, and spotting red flags, and how to do that, the value of it, the value of being able to say no. All those things over at patreon.com/manschool202. Plus, if you want to do any relationship consultations, you can email me at advicefromharry@gmail.com, or you can go to dantenero.com and click on
I got me
consult.
some baby names.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Better man. Put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't. Yo, what's up, Square Pit Brigade? GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, what would Dante do? The sexual revolution is being podcasted, and I am excited. How you feeling, Harry? You good?
Feeling great, man. Listen, I'm living my life, having a tough time keeping these alligators down. I'll tell you who I am doing a lot better than is Derek Jackson. That's who I'm doing a lot better than.
What happened with this now? I know you would kind of mention it, but we would...
Okay. So just to Derek Jackson was one of these relationship gurus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he was the dude that bought the Home Depot boxes.
Oh, he might have, yeah, because he was moving out or something.
No. This was... So, first of all, he was a dude... Can we bring a clip up of him and his bullshit?
Let me find a clip of him, yeah.
I'll keep running my mouth while you're looking for it. But he was like the guru, and he was like, all you queens, all the queens out there, don't settle for less, telling women to leave their man and all kinds of shit, and he's this and he that, which, look, don't get me wrong, I'm not an advocate in no shape or form of people dealing with relationships that are abusive or emotionally or physically. I mean, I absolutely are in accord with the fact that you shouldn't stay in a relationship, but to understand that
this is not him. I'm with you on that. This is not get out of abuse. He never gives any accountability towards women ever. That's where his money, his bread is buttered by telling women what they want to hear, right, to like a weird degree. Like it's never their fault or their responsibility whatsoever. Let me see if I could pull up which is
literally an impossibility, that two people are in a relationship and one is 100% like that's just not realistic. I mean, to the same token, don't be our Lord and Savior
Kevin Samuels. No
our
name
Lord
about
and
that
Savior
name.
Kevin Samuels. He would often not take any accountable. You are not for everybody. Women
Which
have
unrealistic.
Oh, wait, there he is. Talking about women now. A loyal woman's love will fool you. Modern women are not scared of being single. Oh, yeah, that sounds like some more shit.
What?
Modern women are not...
Let's see here. Where's the sound?
But you can't scare them with that whole, you're going to be single forever, as a response to them raising their standards. Because they understand things older generations didn't. Like, they know they're going to get called stuck up sometimes. But that is also better to be called stuck up than to keep getting attached to men who only drag them backwards. And they don't carry that paranoia of overthinking whenever they lose interest in men on the things that they promise. Like, they don't...
First of all, this is a big thing that he's doing is... he's pretending that he's being interviewed by somebody, and all those videos are like this, so he's looking off camera. Bro, you're shooting these videos. Why are you looking off camera? Who are you giving this interview to? There's nobody. It's just, that's the first thing that bugs me about it.
Yeah, so it's disingenuous. Plus that quilted dumb jacket annoys the F out of me. Like, why does your jacket look like an oven mitt, you jerk off?
Why does your jacket look like an oven mitt, you jerk off?
Because they know that those men were probably already scared of accountability, consistency, and commitment.
There we go. So the men are scared. That's why you are single, is the men are scared of accountability.
What a jack off.
And he's a big God fella, right? He's a religious God fella. And I guess he met his wife through the church or something. I'm trying to get as many the details.
Ascending challenge.
As right as I can. So remember, we watched the video last time, the apology video that he made.
Now, the apology. Let's go through why he gave an apology video. He gave an apology video because of the fact that he got caught cheating. Now, the interesting part of the fact that he got caught cheating was also the fact that he literally, so these women was checking for him, which is really the fact that you talk about not being afraid of accountability and, I mean, not being scared off of some. So these women who went on, watched his channel, right, knew that he was married, slid in his DM in order to get the hammer. They was all trying to get the hammer on the low, right? Because what you don't want to talk about is the fact that women, there's a genetic aspect of, and this is something that I haven't talked about a lot. There's a genetic aspect of dating that nobody wants to take into consideration, is that there's an instinctual drive and there's a way that women are designed to be with the strongest male, the richest male, the most charismatic, those things, because
richness just falls under the category of strength.
Right,
so it's
strength,
not, yeah.
ability to provide, all of those things that women find attractive. And so to not understand that there's a genetic propensity for women to want to mate, and I'm using mate because we're reducing relationships and attraction to a visceral level. This is just what you feel. This is not a cognitive idea.
It's just instinctual. We're still animals. We're smart animals. At the end of the day, we are still operating on the instinct of survival by breeding.
And I don't want to say that we can't. It's not that we can't deal with the fact that there's a cognitive idea of monogamy that we can go to, and that men and women can choose to deal with things in a certain way, from a different perspective. The problem is that you have to take into consideration all of the aspects of what builds attraction, what maintains attraction, and there's so little put on now that because of therapy and because people are talking about communication, that they're not. It's almost like the pendulum is swing all the way the other way. When now instinct doesn't. The preservation of the species, all of a sudden, that doesn't matter at all. The fact that men want to instinctually, as men, as a species, as the male portion of the species wants to impregnate and spread his sperm, there is a desire to spread his sperm to as many women as possible, because that is what the immortality is. The immortality is not, which is interesting because he's a church dude, is not the kingdom of heaven. On an instinctual level, immortality is moving your DNA to the next generation. That's how you live forever. Consistently move your to the same token. For the preservation of the species, women are most attracted to the highest, I don't want to say highest value, because that's not the social aspect. The strongest man, the most muscular, the most aggressive, the one that on a visceral level feels like it's going to keep her safe, keep her children safe, and provide for the children. And that is a visceral feeling, not a cognitive thought. So to not deal with the fact in emotional feelings, it's just absurd. It's the fact that we can't even talk about biology anymore because of the fact that there are other aspects that we found out that are in place and that have always been in place since the inception of the species. So this guy goes, and another thing that beats the hell out of me is because he's a church dude, right? Which is always, you speak about this in terms of the biblical terms of this, but there's contradictions in everything that you do. So and I'm not saying that you can't make mistakes.
We're biased because we're not religious, but break it down factually, especially in Christianity. I can't speak towards the other religions because I was raised in Christianity. there's contradictions within the book itself, within the Bible. There's things that contradict everything else that happens. There's always contradiction. And religious people, we see it time and time again, they always purport to live their life a certain way based on the religion, but they conveniently pick and choose what they want out of the religion. And then you find out, like 9 times out of 10, this is what it is. This dude is trying to pretend to be religious. And then he does it to put up a front. And then he's out on the side, banging thoughts.
Banging Thoughts.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a new album I'm gonna put out called Banging Thoughts.
Which book of the New Testament tells you to go out and bang a thought? Leave your wife.
This is how what a clown he was. So when he got busted, he had hired his wife at the time. It was his wife.
I forgot about this detail. The Home Depot. Now I'm remembering the Home Depot.
So I remember this because this says everything. He went out and bought Home Depot moving box because he had sold his chick
he had told her he was separating because he's a public figure. Everyone knows he has a wife on his case. So he had told whoever this chick that he was doing, now we're separating, I'm moving, and he was making it like, I guess she was out of town.
Right.
He was brought in box.
Allegedly.
This is the only, by the way, as far as game and cheating, I have much respect to him. Like, that's an amazing move.
It's really not. I don't think it's I think it's
an amazing move.
It's moving anyway, because here's the thing. Ultimately, you're talking about you're valuable to, right? But you don't think you're valuable enough to say, yo, yeah, I'm married, and yo, I like to take I like a little side dish every once in a while, and that's how I rock out. He doesn't think he's worthy of that. So he literally went out and put Home Depot boxes. And put your Home Depot, built the Home Depot boxes that had left them. So when the woman came in, she could see these Home Depot boxes. So, he really is packing up his engine. All the dinner theater. You clown. You effing clown. It's like, what are you doing? First of all, women who are going after them or trying to holler at them, where is their accountability? Because of the fact they knew and they went and put it in the DM anyway. And I'm not gonna hustle because I'm like, listen, you're gonna do what you wanna do, but you can't go holler at.
Follow a guy who is talking about fidelity. Right? And religion, and follow that guy and be a fan of what he does, and then try to break up his marriage is a very strange thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not part of what he does. That is all that he does.
That's all he does.
Talking about maintaining honorable relationships through the use of the Bible and through under God or whatever, and then you're sliding into his DMs going, I'd like to get some of that. Like, it's just very strange. Like, what kind of a person are you to follow him? And what kind of a person is he that he goes yes, and that you're still on board?
Yeah.
Applaud.
But I'm really realizing more and more, and this has been the podcast for a couple of years now, and I'm realizing how we've kind of turned the corner. We realize that everything is based on that whole idea that you don't think you're worthy. This is just you shoplifting the pussy. But you're under the pressure of the agency, which is religion or biblical or whatever, and this is your hustle, which is just a con artist. So that was the whole thing. Then he came on and he had a conversation. He addressed his following. Right. He addressed his following that this had happened, and he was sort of apologizing that they were going to move forward in a relationship and blah 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 whatever.
She knows everything. And then I told her everything, and we're doing the counseling, and we're getting through this together. So he takes full responsibility with her there, and then cut to I guess 2 years later, whatever. The boy's back at it again. He got caught.
It again.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know the whole story. He was out at Art Basel in Miami, Art Basel, I think they call it. It's a big art festival in Miami.
Okay.
And I guess he was spotted with his other chick, and I think it was Tasha K that released the photographs, I do believe.
Okay.
Who went after him.
FanDuel and the NHL are changing your hockey experience. Join the #1 sportsbook power play, and you can bet on the first goal of the game, first team to 5 shots on goal, or first period score. With the red light goes on, be the first to get your payout. At FanDuel, there are over 2,000 ways to play.
What is up, guys? It is Sticks here, and today I'm going to be going over this much. You'll just want to continue up this cliff and then go through this little cave area. If you hit a loading
Challenges this week and Vector, and the challenge, and here, these others we're usually at in this area. Here you're following.
Alright, fuckface. Let me do it again. You gotta hate a nigga can you're the asshole when I saying that. Afraid I had to complete it first.
for God and all this, we've decided to separate, which there is some discrepancy because this just happened over the weekend as to whether or not the wife knew about this.
Oh, wait. So they didn't even have this conversation.
That's what is up in the air as of the time of this recording.
I just think that if you really want to talk about the morality of things, that you don't, or did you make an effort to not do things to somebody with the intention of, with lies and inside? Which is so interesting, and this is the clip we need to clip, is the only reason why God lies to you is because he cares about you. He lies because when he doesn't give a fuck about you, right? He don't care what you know. A guy is not invested in you, right? Now, I can see you going there like he might lie to get what he wants, right? But he lies to get what he wants because he thinks that even if the sex itself is valuable, he thinks that he is not good enough to tell the truth and get what he wants. So he needs to misrepresent himself as if he's more than he is, so that you go, yes, I'll give you a slice of pie.
Wow, but I guess what about a guy who's just lying because he doesn't want to deal with the consequences? That can happen. Guys,
yeah, but if you don't care about the consequences, you can say, look, here's the thing. Drake, Drake does this. I guess his handler or his, I don't know if you call him his handler, but he'll stand up and yo, Drake wants to come over to the table. Drake would like to have you come over to the table. Says the dude, you know what this is about, right? Then you gotta sign an MDA, right? To if you go home with him, you gotta sign an NDA. Right. So okay. Understands what that women find him attractive, that his money and his fame allows him to say this. Like a dude who works at White Castle is not gonna be like, yeah, baby, listen, I need you to sign this NDA. Yo, I got a girl. And she don't get off from Wendy's until later. Wants to slide by my studio apartment with my three roommates. Let me hit you off, and then I'll have you. I'll sign you home. Right. So it's. You feel what I'm saying? So the context of it, I understand when you look at it.
All right. Because Drake is has such star power.
Right.
That the woman will say yes because he is so fascinating.
Right. She thinks that he's more valuable than she is. And she's really willing to do whatever she has to do, whatever moment of I guess success or connection she could have with Drake or whatever period of time. This is a memory. This is a one that it's funny because I remember this girl like a thought worker. She was like, yeah, I know. I want to say Delroy Linden, but it wasn't Delroy Linden. Hightower. No, Tower from Lethal Weapon. Late Lethal Weapon. Danny Glover. He was like, yeah, one time I hooked up with Danny Glover and he was like, you never tell anybody that. Like this. But it wasn't 87. Oh boy, it wasn't. It was 2017.
This is asking for trouble.
Yeah, if you're bragging about
One time I get a handcuff, like a grandma.
let's be honest, even if you talk about 87, it's still, you know what as the guy, the hot guy, what we don't,
There's other people in here.
Primary well's ready to push past max.
This red pill, man, what we call manosphere. I'm literally in a place where guys are dishonest, it's angry, and then but you also don't want to switch places either. You don't want to be in a situation where you have to worry about whether you're raped or killed every time you go out. And I mean, when you 1 in 4 women have a sexual assault. And this, I read this article, the article was talking about the fact that when men go to prison and they get raped or they get taken into ransom sexually, 9 times out of 10 they never get back to where they were. Like women go to therapy and they deal with this and it becomes a part of the society that we created, and then they put the work in to fix themselves.
And I guess maybe more due to the stigma that we deal with, therapy.
The girls that I've dated have had
Get ready.
physical, emotional, and everything in between. fix themselves.
A lot of people talk about there, but the thing is that he comes down and he does this thing, just making them full time. So the women, you know, afraid of men, they're afraid to be accountable, they're afraid of strong women with that, and it's placating just for the female audience. To our show, the one thing we always start out with is so. I think it makes a difference, like everyone else.
is a good one. This is one of the good ones. Because she's not treating him like trash. So this is also an interesting concept. Simply, like, men's expectations of women so low that as long as you're not treating me like total trash, she's a good one. Because somebody offers to pick up the bill every once in a while. Because somebody, you know, it's funny. It's like I've seen women bully and trash the chick who says, "I want to cook for my man. I want to strong enough to leave my I want to be a housewife. Somehow there's something wrong with me because I want to be a housewife. And that's, I'm fucked up. So the guy gets this girl who's supposed to be the good one, right? Which I even question that because here's the thing. Here's the thing. But you and I go out most of the time. I'll pick up the bill, but there's never a situation where you don't offer. I don't let you do that because you don't have it like I have. Now, if I didn't have it, if you don't have it, if we signed up for Patreon the way they did, and we were making more money, it might be nice, so maybe it's a more Patreon. Patreon.com/fans4202 to sign up for bonus content, and then this will document us have to pay every the point is, but if I'm in a situation where I'm picking up the bill or somebody had 50-50, like if I pick up one and you pick up one and I pick up one and you pick up one, he's not a great friend. That's what he's supposed to do. We should have each other's back equally. Whatever somehow.
They're looting our temples, stealing relics. I tried to stop them.
What kind of relics? Antiques?
No. The relics hide information. Schematics to weapons beyond your understanding. Secrets from other worlds.
Because maybe I've had the ability to do things that you but never.
We're on it. Lay low.
Always great. Not always great. My point is, so low. him up. So, yo, and then, the good one says, I had a test before I left and came to New York. I was to see why that on. Go back and get another test. She gets a test, so she has a test before they slept together and a test after they slept together. Clean bill of health. So then the question is, this is the only chicks that he slept with was the wild ex-girlfriend and the good one, which now the question is, if he knows in his heart that these are the only people he slept with, where did the chlamydia come from? It would have came from the good one. The good one could have stepped out and said, hey, this is a situation, yo, well, I didn't, because he has
a complicated mess, though, because he's dishonest.
It's funky.
It's, yeah, funky. But it's, now you have a situation where you have...
We found this. Did they take more?
Yes.
Right.
They're looting the Hall of Names.
We'll get everything back. Get to safety.
Thank you,
You're not honest
cousin.
upfront with what you want, or you're not realistic with what you want, or open about what you want. Because what he would like is for to have a good chick who's actually amazing, right? You don't have to be broken in the help. Don't get me wrong, it helps. Just judged by my dating history, it helps. But you can have both, but you have to be willing to sift through and say no to things and not just accept things that you don't want and be honest with but also you have because this is the type of duty he is, right? It's not the first time you have to do this, right? But also, this is her reaction. I just want to say something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is worth showing. This is her reaction. I guess people were trashing her and him online as recently. I mean, that never stopped.
They were trashing her anyway when she had the bonnet on and she looked like that. She looked like a hostage.
It was not a great look in the apology video.
Yeah.
When he had the V-neck sweater, she showed up like, I guess she was can't exactly go, hey, you want to maybe put on some makeup before this? Because it's on the internet.
It was also first to her level of this. Level
they got at least one double check how many. But you mentioned co-parenting because if you can't that make your view and it drives you nuts. So I'll give you a statement. Over the past several months, my family and I have gone happier times. Over the past several months, my family and I have much prayer, counseling.
And go in the gear. That's what you blew one over.
That's on. Hold on, I'll pull it up. And the response was to murder. Falsely love, our privacy. Good luck with that. But, so the interesting thing here from that is we had
under the agency of evangelical or Christian belief system, that represents this my man is DJ Money.
DJX? DJX with DTF? Is that what you're saying, Don?
He was putting the D in the P.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And he put the D in the A.
In the name of JC, he was doing D.
In the name of the JC, he put the D in the P. Oh.
DJX, so he was out there. I'm sure maybe he wasn't. But the confines is he met this woman in church. It was supposed to be forever.
He got a baddie. Definitely got a baddie.
But so what? Like, it's great that she's got one.
When you were a teenager, you got a baddie.
They've broken into our temples, cursed our city.
When you were a teenager, you run into somebody with double D McGuffies. I know you like the McGuffies, the Jolo.
I like the bump that.
nice set of Jolos. You know what I mean? Your testosterone is too high.
Also, you're not, even, here's the thing, by the way, even if he is fucking around, the notion is that he's not supposed to be fucking around, right?
Right.
So, if I get married, I'm gonna do all this. So let's get married, right? Let's get married so we could have the good fucking, and stuck in this relationship with these virtues that he realizes he doesn't really give a shit about.
Right.
You can't. How can you do this over and over again? He's in there lifting weights, getting jacked.
All of that is fucking.
All of that. Even if you're saying that that's
field to Petrovej. We've recovered several stolen relics. Prepare to receive transmat.
Copy that, Field. We're going to study everything you send. There has to be a reason the Hive took what they did.
Did your Corsair make it back to base?
She did. And Sadia has returned with our dead. Thank you.
But I wanna talk about my man. There's a thought that I wanted to say. But let's shut it down and go through the Patreon.
Listen, if you want to spend your money right, you want to send you some big laws.
We will give you some of this truth.
If you subscribe to the Patreon, my brothers, my sisters, patreon.com/manschool202, wonderful things will happen to you.
I promise you.
We promise you.
Save your life.
All things through God.
The only thing is you won't have an abundance of sperm. We have comedian Quentin Eggs here to discuss the value of being truthful and dealing with vitiligo. This is a good one.
Yeah, you go deep into a lot of, what it's like to be self-conscious about something. And then we also, going on the Patreon, the bonus episode, which is available at patreon.com/manschool202. That's where you do the bonus coverage. And we do another episode with where we talk about solicitor mail, right? And we answer questions about what it's like to date an older lady and if you can have multiple women and how to go about doing that. That's exclusively on the bonus show, which is at patreon.com/manschool202.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't. Yo, what's up, y'all? BYB to get your ball back. WWDB, what with Dante to the Sexual Revolution being podcast. And I am excited. What's going on, Harry? You ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, man, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm ready to rock and roll. I don't even know what you asked me that. The first things I do when I get up in the morning is rock and roll.
And then rock and roll.
Most of the time I rock and roll.
You do rock and you do roll. Yeah, and I've known that for quite some time. We have a special facility, and this is, and I know I've said that 500 times before. This time I mean it. Good friend of mine, long time comic friend in the comic business. Give it up for Quentin Eggs, y'all. Give it up for Quentin Eggs. Boom. What's up, Q?
What's up, man? It's good to be here with you guys.
Nice, man. It's good to have you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of the show. Some of these topics.
That's dope. It's now here's the main thing with Q. And Q has been Q's been around for as long. Like I've been doing comedy 22 years. I don't know how long you got in Q.
I've been around 30,
40 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So
You did it all in age.
Yeah. And then, but every once in a while, a new jack gets a chance to give Q. And I think something that really, I mean, we were always cool. Me and Q was cool.
Still fighting the good fight, I see.
Bonded us, and you tell me if I'm wrong, so Q started going through the vitiligo. And by what year did you start going through the vitiligo?
It's been officially 10 years, so 2012.
So Q and I...
Reef made. It'll serve you well.
When Q started doing the vitiligo, it was, I'm assuming it just starts out small and then it keeps going. But what is it, do you know what it is? And do they understand why you lose pigmentation?
I wish I could go with you.
Well, the terminology behind vitiligo is you develop it's autoimmune disease. And what it does is it kills melanocytes. And that kills off your pigmentation cells. So, little by little, you start seeing patches of color going on. Now, with me, it got even worse. Sometimes, you need some shade, like a scratch. In a dark area, the color, the skin would heal, but the color would come.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, man.
So here's
I've adjusted to it.
Well, the thing with, so this is the thing with me and Q was wearing makeup, right, to cover the spots, and I get how that would be the case when it was small spots. But one of the things about Harry, you went to check their skin?
I'm showing a lot of scorn on radar.
Still Latino.
So one of the things that happened being is ever 2 inches about anything. Big size, height, you name it, that's not who you are. We are so much more. And me knowing Q, Q's always been kind to me in comedy and always been a good dude. And I just felt like, they're in a position where, I just felt like you have to own it. I mean, if you could speak to that a little bit. Q?
Well, basically, your conversation with me, my conversation with another male friend, I'm not going to name him, because we don't speak anymore, for political reasons, and a young lady I dated and actually died. In terms of the young lady, I was still putting on makeup, and I would spend time with her, and one night I stayed at her house, and I was kind of embarrassed to take the makeup off.
Right.
And she kind of like, just do. I don't care whatever you look like. I can get over it. Right. So between all these different conversations in 2016, which is maybe that was 4 years after the makeup, I had an epiphany, and I said to myself, and I don't know if you heard about the show I
You're uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable, Kurt?
It's more than uncomfortable. You know what it was? It's almost like if you lose your arm or a hand, and you don't want to show your friends. You don't know how they're gonna take it.
Right.
So you always hang that at it. Or you have like.
Oh, it also is physically part of you for so long.
Well, the thing is,
literally part of you.
The worst part about it, people knew about it and folks were curious, and I never wanted to share the real me. Even like close friends, like Dante. I would never. Only one time I did that to Vinny the bartender. He said, "Q, what's the big deal?" I said, "Dude, I have to wear makeup." He said, "Why?" I'll be right back. I went downstairs, cleaned my face. Came upstairs, he went, "Whoa!" I said, "That's why I wear makeup."
Yeah, but it's Italian. They do that for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they go whoa for everything.
Oh,
but see, he knew me. He knew me for a long time, so he knew that I was sensitive about it. So basically, what happened was 6 years ago, I just said, you know what, I got to be who I am, and if I could use it in my act, it'll make me different. I don't want to be the guy that do the same generic shit that everybody else does. And a lot of comics who have vitiligo don't talk about it.
Right. Well, you know, it's in the comics. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm saying there's a handful of comics. Yeah. And I wanted to get some of the people together, like Police Hawkins.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan has vitiligo. A lot of people have it, but they don't really want to talk about it. And I'm like, if I can embrace it on the street or just walk around the stores, people staring at me. I had to perform in Prague, and I went through customs in Moscow. It was a fucked up itinerary. Can I say the word F?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
It was a fucked up itinerary. I was going to Prague from New York. I had to go to Moscow, switch planes, come 2.5 hours back to Prague. I'm in Moscow, and I'm walking, not wearing makeup. And I'm walking, it's like, wow, are they staring at me because I'm the only black person in this airport? Or are they staring at me because of the vitiligo? Then I got to change into my other plane. The lady would look at my passport. I was still wearing makeup. This is like 2018, 19. I hadn't got my new passport yet. She looked at me, looked at the passport. This is a true story. I said on stage, I got the file. She said, "Excuse me, sir, it's loud. What's wrong with your face? You have disease?" Everybody behind me, like, we're not getting on the plane with somebody that might have a disease. They didn't know what this was. I said, "Ma'am, how can I explain it? Michael Jackson. Oh, Michael Jackson.
They stamped it right away.
Right.
Stamped it, and everything was okay. But everybody kept staring at me because I was the one that they thought had the disease because she said it. And the people started talking in their native language.
Right.
So things like that, you know, it's almost like it's like the elephant in the room. That's why when
a transaction to make, Guardian?
When I go on stage, it's about my face, my skin.
Right.
Like if it's hot, I say, "Ooh, it's hot outside." Isn't it hot? Shit, it's so hot. I'm glad. That's how hot it is outside. I say stuff like that. So the first thing, I see people go,
it's a way of disarming them about it, that you're comfortable with it, and because you're comfortable with it, then they can be comfortable with it, which is pretty awesome. I mean, and I think this is we're literally talking about an autoimmune disease, but what we're talking about is that the same thing people go through without vitiligo, where they start to think that because they are lacking something, or in their mind they feel like they're lacking something, they've gotten to a point where they're hiding behind something else.
I mean, I went through weight for me was that thing of like, you feel less than, and it's just something that was
Swagger jacking ass.
It affected everything from women
Proceed.
to business and all that, and you realize that it's a factor, but it's not the only factor.
Right. Nobody. Look, if somebody dumps you or doesn't want to talk to you because of one thing in your personality or one characteristic, that's probably a person that you don't want to be with in the first place. If somebody can focus, and don't get me wrong, people can have their preference. I mean, I know girls that only like tall guys or whatever, whatever the situation, but never talk to a short guy, or never talk to a guy who's too pretty or whatever. I mean, it's endless what people's preferences are, but I think when you understand that nobody likes everybody. Everybody has somebody that you don't do it for, that you definitely don't do it for.
By the way, the term vitiligo has been ruined by Boondocks because Uncle Ruckus, remember Uncle Ruckus?
Reverse vitiligo.
I got re-vitiligo because he doesn't want to be black. The Uncle Ruckus character, he's like, I got re-vitiligo. Anytime someone says vitiligo, I always think of Uncle Ruckus for some reason.
Yeah, so this was an interesting thing to me. One of the things, I mean, because a lot of times we'll have comics on and we'll talk comedy, but I mean, the podcast in general is more about life than it is about comedy. I think sometimes with comedy we learn how to live life through the way that we pursue comedy, or at least when we pursue comedy in the right way, when it's righteous and truth and incredible and empathetic and all of those things. I think that's what makes you funny is the truth that you're talking. And it's interesting how, you know, it's an extreme situation to all of a sudden be black and then all of a sudden you're constantly changing color and losing your melanin. But to the point that there's, you know, there's nobody that I would know that doesn't speak of Quentin in terms of his character, his kindness, and who he is as a person. And so we all know him for that. I mean, the fact that your skin tone is really not the point because there's so much, you have so much more to offer people in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what's good about what you said? That is good when people have known you for a while, but people that meet you at the point where you're going through the transition, they don't understand it. They don't understand it at all because till this day, I still have people. I was at a show in Long Island, Memorial Day weekend. Lady wanted to touch my skin. Said, "Did it hurt when it peeled off?" People don't understand, and I find myself constantly trying to explain what this is, off stage and on stage, that it doesn't hurt. I'm 60 years old, and I have smooth. I don't have any wrinkles.
Right.
But people want to touch it to see. It's like, oh, can I take that little piece off right there? There's nothing to take off.
Right.
They don't. Yeah, they don't get it. So
they don't understand.
I don't get offended by stares anymore. To me, it's like the people that have known me when I was in comedy in my 30s and 40s, and then they see me now. I've met people that met me after I had vitiligo that accepted. Oh, they see a picture of me when I was like in my late 30s. That was you when you had when you were. They told me when you were totally dark. I said, well, that was how it was back then. So it's a point of feeling. It's almost like when you're living in Hollywood, when they get older and they notice, oh, I got to get a nose job. I got bags in my. They feel very uncomfortable in the business because they're changing, so they got to fix it. And
and they know that they've made whatever success they've made, that success based on how they look at the moment. You know what I mean? It's not, so they feel like people are not going to accept them as in the change. You know, you want to be in the change, and the reality is that one of the things that that we will all have is change. I mean, change is inevitable. So if you're not prepared for that change, you're getting left behind because change is coming. You're gonna get older. Your body's gonna change. You are changing as a person, and those things have to be considered. I even do it in the sense of death. Like Harry and I talked about this because I lost both my parents, and I don't have. And one of the things that I learned, I mean, I don't know for how lucky I was, but I mean, like I always say, my father had me very late. My father had me when he was 49 years old. My father was born in 1920. He had 16 brothers and sisters. Each one of those 16 brothers and sisters were probably married at least twice. And the thing about it is that, how do I put it?
You know where to
from
find
a very young age, I went to funerals. Like, I've been going to funerals was a time when I got a chance to see my new cousin. Like, we didn't have a lot of family reunions, but somebody was always dying in the family because we had a big family. And because I was on the tail end of that family, my father was basically the first generation, and he had me at 49, and so I had an aunt that was born. I had an aunt that was born in the 1800s, right? And so So I was always, funeral and death was something that was always around me. And one of the things that I've learned from that, you know, in terms of just emotionally adapting is that everybody dies. You know what I mean? Nobody gets out of